So could the war with Iran be over soon? Because Trump today again declared victory in the war with Iran. And honestly guys, I've lost count on how many times he said that the US won the war, right? But today he said something a little different. Because he actually said that Iran gave Trump a present. Yeah, he said they did something yesterday that was amazing. Actually, they gave us a present. But also, apparently it was an expensive present because he said, and the president arrived today. It was a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money. He said he's not gonna tell us what it is, even though it's a very significant prize. But also he was asked if the present was nuclear, and he was like, no, the present is not nuclear, it's oil and gas related. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know what the present would be. And with all honesty, I don't even know if he got a present. Because remember I told you yesterday that he paused attacking Iran's power plants because he said that Iran and the US are now negotiating? Well, as I told you, Iran said that, no, that's a lie, we're not negotiating, that's all made up, and they even said that Trump is backing down because he's scared of Iran's threats. Today, Trump doubled down because he said Iran gave him a gift. So as of right now, Iran didn't reply. Iran didn't say that if they gave him a gift or anything. We don't know. We don't know if Trump is just making this up to manipulate the markets or make the stock prices go up a little bit, because we also got a crazy story about the stock market today. Because guys, during this war, and usually during normal wars, the stock prices go down. They go down a lot. But oil prices actually go up. But what is weird is that 15 minutes, only 15 minutes before Trump said that they're not going to attack Iran anymore, someone bet on the stock market and said that the stock market prices are going to go up and the oil prices are going to go down, which is kind of opposite of everyone's thoughts, like, right? Like, it's during a war. No one would be betting that the stock market prices are going up. But guess what? 15 minutes later, and that person was right. And apparently sources are saying that he spent $580 million on that bet. So if he was wrong, that's a crazy amount of money to put on a random bet that the stock market prices are going to go up and oil prices are going to go down in the middle of a war. The same day that Trump said that he's going to attack Iran's power plants. Like, everyone expected the stock market to go really, really, really down. So how did that person know to bet $580 million on that? So there are two thoughts. The first one saying that, oh, he was super lucky, or he's a very good economist, that he knows what he's doing and that's why he did that bet, right? I don't really believe that. Anyway. The second one is that he had some information. He had some insider information, because no way someone would pay $580 million on a random bet without having any knowledge about it. Especially that Iran came out after and said that, no, this is fake news. We're not negotiating with the US. So what? Did Trump do this to manipulate the market? Did Trump know that person? I don't know. I'm not saying that he did, but it's still crazy. And Paul Krugman, who actually won a Nobel Prize in economics, went off because he wrote that whoever used classified government information, like if it's a president planning to bomb another country or call off strikes, and use that information to make money, then that person committed treason. And treason is a huge word, but also he's not completely incorrect. Imagine you're a president and you decide to attack this country and then stop attacking this country so that you or the people that you know make money. That's kind of treasonous, right? That's not really something that you do as a president. Again, I'm not saying that Trump did that. I'm just saying that this is a very, very weird coincidence, right? Like, seriously, 580 million on a random bet? Yeah, I don't buy it. But what do you think? Because I really need your opinion on this. Did this guy get really lucky, or was it insider trading? Also guys, we have another country that's getting affected a lot by the war, and that country is the Philippines. The Philippines today became the first country in the world to declare a state of national energy emergency. What is the story? Well, you obviously know by now that Iran closed off the Strait of Hormuz, and the Strait of Hormuz is where 20% of the world's oil go through, especially that oil that's coming from the Middle East to other countries in Europe and Asia. Countries in Asia are getting affected a lot, especially the Philippines, because apparently the Philippines imports 98% of their oil. Most of the imports actually come from the Middle East. So because of this war, the Philippines are having a major oil crisis. Apparently, since the beginning of the war, oil prices in the Philippines doubled in price compared to the pre-war levels. So it was a major problem. But thing is, the Philippines government did try to help a little bit. For example, they introduced fuel subsidies for public transport drivers, which basically means that they gave money to transport drivers in order for the drivers to afford driving. Also cut back ferry services between islands to conserve fuel. And they put government workers on a 4-day work week so that people use less oil or like drive less cars and basically save oil. But even after all of this, it wasn't enough because apparently today the Energy Secretary Sharon Garin told everyone that the Philippines now has 45 days of fuel supply remaining, which means that after the 45 days, the Philippines will not have any oil. Imagine a country with 116 million population without oil. A huge crisis. The thing is, the Energy Secretary even said that instead of using oil, we might even use coal-fired power plants. So they're going back to coal. The thing that people were like, oh, don't use it because it's horrible for the environment, but they don't have any other choice, right? It's either not have anything at all or use coal. It was still a horrible situation that actually the Philippines president, Ferdinand Marcos Jr., signed today and declared that the Philippines will have a state of national energy emergency. And in the executive order, he said that because of what's going on in the Middle East and all the dangers, it's affecting our energy. We don't have any oil. And he said that because we are in an emergency, that gives the government extraordinary new powers. So what will happen now? Well, apparently because they're an emergency, the government could buy fuel directly bypassing any processes or like procedures that they had to go through before because they're an emergency. Now, anyone caught hoarding fuel or price gouging could basically be targeted and punished. Also, the Transportation Department gained the power to direct fuel subsidies to public transport, which basically means that they will reduce or completely suspend toll fees and airport charges so that people can afford stuff. And also the people in a crisis situation, which basically means the most vulnerable Filipinos that are being hit the hardest by the emergencies, would receive a financial aid because those people either cannot work or their whole work is basically driving, and because the oil prices went up like crazy, they can't live. So those people will get some money to continue living at least. Thing is, guys, this emergency will not be done when the war is over. No, it apparently will stay for a whole year. It will end in March 2027. But also, guys, this is just the start because a lot of Asian countries like Japan, South Korea, India, and China, they all depend on Middle Eastern oil, right? So because of this war, I don't know. We don't know which country is going to be next declaring a national emergency. Let's go back to the US because apparently Trump is actually cooking up a 15-point peace plan with Iran. And the plan talks about Iran's nuclear program and missile program and reopening the Strait of Hormuz. And Trump said that Vice President J.D. Vance, the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, his son-in-law Jared Kushner, and the senior advisor Steve Witkoff are all involved in the negotiations. So there are negotiations that are going to happen, right? Or based on Trump, that's what he's saying. But at the same time, Iran is actually attacking a lot today. Iran actually attacked Israel a lot today. A lot. Also, they attacked Bahrain because apparently an Iranian missile killed a contractor working for the United Arab Emirates Armed Forces, and that contractor was a civilian working from home. Kuwait, the drones were attacking Kuwait's international airport. Saudi Arabia said that they intercepted Iranian drones. Even though Trump said that there are negotiations that are going to happen, Iran is still attacking. And the weird part is, guys, I told you, Trump said that there are negotiations, right? But at the same time, apparently today, 2,000 soldiers are going to the Middle East. Like, what is happening? And in total, 50,000 troops are involved in this. So people are saying that the only possible scenario is that Trump wants to go and have a land invasion to Karg Island, which is the island in Iran that produces 90% of Iran's oil. So if Trump does that, that would be crazy. Even though Trump said that there are peace plans and they're talking about it, it doesn't look like it. The war is continuing. Countries in Asia and Europe are getting affected. And yeah, we will see what's going to happen tomorrow because there is something every single day. But anyway, guys, that's all for today. And again, if there are any stories that you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments. I love you all. And I will see you tomorrow.